Corey, where's Lederhosen? I got away with that. Ow! Okay, maybe not, but we are going to do my first game of the 1995 PC version of Jeopardy here on my channel. Now, I did post my first game of this earlier today, but I got a third-party match because of the theme music. So I'm just going to avoid playing any Jeopardy music altogether. So when Final Jeopardy comes up, I'll have to mute my speakers. But in any case, I have C3PO626 with me.
Yo.
Here we go. There we go.
Welcome to Jeopardy! Let's begin our game.
Alright, let's. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to start a brand new career altogether. Okay, I'll go ahead and be him. And I'm going to take on Carmen Lopez. Make her a beanie. And Ted Smith. We'll make him a beanie.
Hello, my name is Carmen Lopez. I write movie scripts. And to tell the truth, I spend most of my free time in front of the TV.
My name's Ted Smith. I'm a print journalist with a major weekly news magazine. I love my job, and I spend my spare time studying the day's events from Washington.
All right, contestants, let's begin round one.
Boats and
There's one
ships.
daily double on the board, and
Weather.
here are the categories.
Broadway lyrics. Colors. Treaties. And finally, ups and downs. Each word in quotation marks.
Good luck.
Okay, I'm ready.
Contestant number one, we'll start with you.
Let's do Broadway lyrics for 100.
Let's take a look at the answer.
Don't talk of stars burning above. If you're in love, do this.
Contestant number two,
What is stay with me?
sorry,
Nope.
that's incorrect. Contestant number three,
What is show me?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number three,
Broadway lyrics 200. You're the cream in this. You're the salt in my stew.
contestant number one,
What is my coffee? Alright.
yes, select
Broadway
again.
lyrics 300.
Contestant number one,
I won't do this. I don't want to go to school. Just to learn to be a parrot.
contestant number one,
What is grow up?
you are correct. Contestant
Broadway
number
lyrics
one,
400. Take my hand, I'm one of these. All lost in a wonderland.
contestant number three,
What is a fairy princess? No.
sorry, that's incorrect. Contestant number two,
What is a bird mesmerized? No.
sorry, that's incorrect.
I don't remember this one, so I'm going to hold back. I'm the only player with any money right now. By the way, do you have this version, Corey?
Fortunately, no.
Oh, okay.
Contestant
Stranger in
number one,
Paradise. Okay, Broadway lyrics 500. We kiss in one of these, we hide from the moon. Our meetings are over and are few and over too soon.
contestant number one,
What is a shadow?
you are correct. Contestant number
Boats
one,
and ships for 100. One of these boats designed to push and pull larger craft can move 10 to 20 barges at a single time.
contestant number two,
What is a tugboat? Yep.
yes, that's correct. Contestant number two,
Boats and ships 200. For fishing and transportation, Indonesians commonly use an outrigger, a type of this boat.
contestant number one,
What is a canoe?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number
Boats and
one,
ships 300. In 1959, Mamie Eisenhower christened the NS Savannah, the first merchant vessel powered by this.
contestant number one,
What is nuclear power?
yes,
Nuclear energy,
that's
yeah.
correct. Contestant number
Boats
one,
and ships 400. According to Guinness, the most expensive one, the Abdul Aziz, belongs to the King of Saudi Arabia.
Contestant number 2,
What is a yacht? Oh, yeah.
you are correct. Contestant number 2,
Boats and ships, 500. Among the more famous of these swift sailing ships were the Flying Cloud and the Cutty Sark.
contestant number 2,
What are clippers?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2,
Weather for 100.
here is the clue.
Rainbow at night, sailors delight. Rainbow in the morning, sailors do this.
Contestant number 1,
What is beware?
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Oh, wait.
Contestant number 3,
Take morning? No.
incorrect. Contestant number 2,
Take warning, that's the one.
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2,
Weather 200. This is defined as the interface of two air masses of different temperatures or densities.
contestant number 1,
What is a front?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1,
Weather for 300, please. Triangular flags on a weather map show the direction of this.
contestant number 1,
What is wind?
yes, that's correct. Contestant
Weather
number 1,
400. The name of this curly white cloud comes from a Latin prefix meaning curl.
contestant number 2,
Carmen locked me out. Cirrus, I knew that one.
you are correct. Contestant number 2,
Weather 500. This fishing ground off Newfoundland is the world's foggiest place. Ugh.
contestant number 3,
What is the Grand Banks?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3,
Colors for 100. At 7,242 feet, Harney Peak in these South Dakota hills is the highest U.S. mountain east of the Rockies.
contestant number 1,
What are the Black Hills?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1,
Ups and downs for 100. This continuing drama on Masterpiece Theater told the story of the Bellamys and their servants.
contestant number 1,
What is upstairs, downstairs?
yes, that's correct. Contestant
Ups and
number
downs
1,
200. He hosted the daytime version of the game show Concentration from 1958 to 1969.
contestant number 1,
Who is Hugh Downs?
yes, that's correct. Contestant
Ups and downs
number
for
1,
300.
the answer is
Ogden Nash said, only the game fish swims here, but the sensible fish swims down.
contestant number 1,
What is upstream?
yes, that's correct. Contestant
Ups and
number
downs
1,
400. In the early 1950s, this author of The Centaur edited the Harvard Lampoon.
contestant number 2,
John Updike, yeah.
you are correct. Contestant number 2,
Ups and downs 500. It's the former name of Burkina Faso.
contestant number 1,
What is Upper Volta?
you are correct. Contestant number 1,
Treaties for 100. In the Adams-Onis Treaty of 1819, this country ceded eastern Florida to the United States.
contestant number 1,
What is Spain?
you are correct. Contestant
Treaties
number 1,
200. The framework for the 1979 peace treaty between Egypt and Israel was worked out at this retreat.
contestant number 1,
What is Camp David?
you are correct. Contestant
Treaties
number 1,
300. Japan signed the Tripartite Pact with these two Axis nations in September 1940.
contestant number 1,
What are Italy and Germany?
you are correct. Contestant number
Treaties
1,
400. Alright, daily double.
the clue, it's the Daily Double. Contestant number 1, what would you like to
800.
wager?
Great Britain and the U.S. agreed to stop the slave trade in the Treaty of Ghent, which ended this war. What is the Civil War?
No,
the
I'm
War of
afraid that is
1812.
not correct. Contestant number 1,
Treaties 500. On May 31st, 1902, the Peace of Vereeniging was signed in Pretoria, ending this conflict.
contestant number 3,
What was the Boer War? I knew that one.
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3,
Colors 200. In years past, this colored dye was added to laundry to neutralize the yellow and white fabrics.
Contestant number 1.
What is blue?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
300. Riders of the Purple Sage was this prolific writer's most popular novel.
Contestant number 2.
Who is E.B. White?
Incorrect. Contestant number 3.
Who is Zane Grey? He's the one.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
Colors 400. The Oscar-winning score of this 1984 film included the song When Doves Cry.
Contestant number 1.
What is Purple Rain?
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
The Dora Peninsula separates Lake Michigan from this Wisconsin inlet.
Contestant number 1.
What is Green Bay?
You are correct.
And I finished the Jeopardy round with $4,000.
Now for the double Jeopardy round, with 2
The 19th
daily doubles
century.
somewhere on the board.
Chemistry.
These categories.
Famous women. Countries of the world. Poetry. And finally, X marks the spot with X in quotation marks.
Good luck. We'll begin the game with contestant number 3.
19th century 200.
The answer is
David Livingstone's body was interred in this London landmark in 1874.
contestant number 2.
What is St. Paul? No.
Incorrect. Contestant number 1.
And Newkirk G. Manchew's calling me, but I'll call him back later. What is Westminster Abbey?
You are correct. Contestant
Countries
number
of the
1.
world for 2. About 94% of this country's population belongs to the Han nationality.
Contestant number 1.
What is China?
Good job. Contestant number
Countries
1.
of the world for 400. This country's 4 geographical provinces are Connaught, Leinster, Munster, and part of Ulster.
Contestant number 3.
What is Scotland?
Oh, sorry. That's not right. Contestant number 2.
What is Ireland?
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
Countries of the world for 600. The Gallipoli Peninsula, a site of major action in World War I, is part of this country.
Contestant number 2.
What is Turkey?
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct. Contestant number 2.
Countries of the world 800. Bob Hawke served as Prime Minister of this country from 1983 to 1991.
Contestant number 2.
What is Australia? Australian for beer.
Yes. That's correct. Contestant number 2.
Countries of the world 1000. Ow! The Bryan Chamorro Treaty of 1914 gave the U.S. the right to build a canal through this Central American country.
Contestant number 1.
What is Panama?
Sorry.
What?
Contestant number 3.
Honduras?
Incorrect.
No.
Contestant number 2.
I already said Panama.
No.
Oh,
afraid that is
Nicaragua.
not correct. Contestant number 2.
Poetry 200. This American poet wrote several versions of his Lament Lenore. Oh, Mikey's on.
Contestant number 2.
Sandberg? No.
I'm sorry. That's wrong. Contestant number 3.
Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes. That's correct.
I'll get Mikey on here.
Okay, go ahead.
Mikey!
Hey,
Hey, Mikey.
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good. We're actually redoing Jeopardy, the 1995 PC edition, because when I uploaded my first game, I got a third-party match.
Oh, now so you got a strike?
No, I don't have a strike. It's just because of the Jeopardy theme playing, so I'm trying to play this game without the Jeopardy music.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Contestant number 3.
Poetry 400. The ninth section of this Longfellow poem begins, On the shores of Gitch Gumee, on the shining Big Sea water.
Contestant number 1,
What is Song of Hiawatha?
you are correct. Contestant number
X marks the spot for 200. According to a proverb, there's one of these to every rule.
1. Contestant number 1,
What is an exception?
you are correct. Contestant number
X
1,
marks the spot 400. Of the three branches of government, it's the one headed by the president.
contestant number
What is
1,
executive?
you are correct. Contestant
X marks the
number 1,
spot 600. In 1991, this corporation agreed to pay $1,025 million in fines for the 1989 oil spill in Prince William Sound.
Contestant number 1,
What is Exxon?
you are correct. Contestant
X marks the
number 1,
spot 800. It's a concentrated flavoring, often in liquid form, such as almond or vanilla.
contestant number
What
1,
is extract?
you are correct. Contestant
X
number
marks the
1,
spot 1000. Prohibited by the Constitution, it's a law that makes an act criminal after it's already been committed.
contestant number 2,
What is an ex post facto law?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2,
19th century 400. In 1870, the first rubber company west of the Alleghenies was formed in Akron, Ohio by this man. Founded in Akron, Ohio.
contestant number 1,
Who is Goodyear?
incorrect.
No.
Contestant number 3,
Who is B.F. Goodrich?
yes,
Oh yeah.
that's correct. Contestant number 3,
19th century 600. This president ran for re-election in 1872 against fellow Republican Horace Greeley, who was endorsed by the Democrats.
contestant number
Who
1,
is Grover Cleveland?
I'm sorry,
Darn.
that's wrong. Contestant number 3,
Who is Ulysses S. Grant?
yes,
Yep.
that's correct. Contestant number 3,
20th century 800. One of the two daily doubles.
the clue, it's the Daily Double.
He can risk up to 1,000 though, and he's going to wager 800. Okay. Category is the 19th century. Here's the clue. In 1893, this labor leader founded the American Railway Union. Oh, I think I know this one. Eugene V. Debs.
You are correct. Contestant number 3,
1,000. On January 5th, 1895, in front of French troops, he was stripped of his badges, buttons and badges, and had his sword broken.
contestant number 2,
Who is Captain Alfred Dreyfus?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2,
Chemistry 200. Mr. Potato Head could tell you the three best known polysaccharides are cellulose, glycogen, and this.
contestant number 1,
What is starch? Plant starch, yeah.
correct. Contestant
Chemistry
number
for
1,
400. Used in rechargeable batteries and to protect other metals from corrosion, its symbol is CD.
contestant number 1,
What is Cidium?
oh, sorry.
What?
That's not right.
Oh.
Contestant number 3,
Chromium? No.
sorry, that's incorrect. Contestant number 2,
Cadmium. Darn.
yes. Contestant number 2,
Chemistry 600.
let's take a look at the answer.
An atom that loses one of these becomes a cation, a positively charged ion.
Contestant number 1,
What is an electron?
you are correct. Contestant
Chemistry
number 1,
800. Burn a piece of sodium in a flask filled with chlorine gas and the resulting white powder is this.
contestant number 3,
What is sodium chloride?
yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3,
Chemistry 1000. The other daily double. It's going to do 1,000 this time around. Okay, the category is chemistry. Here's the clue. This semiconducting element makes up 27.7% of the mass of the Earth's crust. What is silicon?
you are correct. Contestant number 3,
Famous women 200. This French chef says she'll go until she drops, and that should be about 95.
contestant number 1,
Who is the late great Julia Child?
You are correct. Contestant
Famous
number
Woman
1.
400. This comedian got her start on TV as the girlfriend of Jerry Mahoney, and we're not pulling your ear.
Contestant number 3.
Who is Carol Burnett?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
Famous Woman 600. It's the first name of cartoonist Gus Giswhite or her famous comic strip.
Contestant number 2.
What is Cappy?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
Famous Women, or no, Poetry 600. T.S. Eliot asks, do I dare to eat a peach in this title character's love song?
Contestant number 2.
Pruitt? No.
Oh, sorry. That's not right. Contestant number 3.
What is the love song of J. Alfred?
You are correct. Contestant number
Yep.
3.
Poetry 800. Books in this Tennyson work include Merlin and Vivian and Lancelot and Elaine.
Contestant number 2.
What is Idols of the King?
Correct. Contestant number 2.
Ah, but a man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for, is from his Andrea del Sarto.
Contestant number 2.
Who was Keats? No.
Wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
Contestant number
wrong,
3.
Wrong. Byron? No.
Sorry, incorrect. Anyone else?
I'm not sure about this, so I'm going to hold back. Hi, Tiger. Aw, he just meowed. Robert Browning.
Contestant number 2.
Famous Women 800. The original Gibson girl, Irene Langhorne Gibson, was an older sister of this American-born British lady.
Contestant number 2.
Oh, Alex, sorry. Nope.
Sorry. Contestant number 3.
Wallace Simpson? No.
Wrong.
Wrong. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong! Nancy Astor.
Contestant number 2.
Last clue. She founded the Elsa Wild Animal Appeal in England in 1961 and in the US in 1969.
Contestant number 3.
Joy Adamson?
Yes, that's correct. The Final
Explorers.
Jeopardy category is contestant number 1. What would you like to wager?
I'll wager $801.
The Final Jeopardy clue is...
Alright. This contemporary of Columbus established the concept of a new world in his 1504 letter, Mundus Novus. I'm going to pick who is Ferdinand Magellan.
Contestant number 2, your Final Jeopardy response was... Yes.
Amerigo
that's
Vespucci.
correct.
Oh.
Let's see what contestant number 2 wagered.
2,900, so it looks like I'll have to do a redemption.
Your total? Contestant number 3, your Final Jeopardy response was... Oh, I'm sorry.
John Cabot,
That's wrong.
no.
Let's see what contestant number 3 wagered.
Everything, so he drops to nothing. I'm going to finish in second place.
Your total? Contestant number 1, your Final Jeopardy response was incorrect. Let's see what contestant number 1 wagered.
801, so I'm going to drop down to $4,599, I think, or 40, yeah.
Your total?
Oh well.
Sorry you didn't win. Sharpen your wits and try again.
Well, I gave it my all, but we'll see y'all for our next video.